Scorpio, welcome, Scorpio, my lovely Scorpios. Welcome to your love reading, love situation reading, and to be specific, how to get the third party gone. So, this is a reading for all of my lovely Scorpios who find themselves involved in a love situation where there is now a third party involved. And you, Scorpio, are specifically interested in finding out how to get this third party out of your life, out of your person's life, so that you can come back together and make your connection with your person closer. So, if this sounds like your situation and the advice that you're looking for at this time, Scorpio, then this is the reading for you. Let me just give one caveat here. I am never for advising someone to stay with a person who is involving a third party or multiple other people in their connection if this isn't something that you know in your heart is good for you. If you know that you are dealing with issues that may have you playing victim to this type of situation, and ultimately it's not the best thing for you, or you have been dealing with it multiple times over and over and the situation doesn't seem to be getting better, then Scorpio, I always will urge you to do what's best. And if that best is walking away, then so be it. But again, for you Scorpios who actually know this is my person and I intend to increase the closeness in this situation, but right now there's this pesky third party that's hanging around and will not leave me and my person in peace, then this is your reading. This is actually probably the closest you can get to a personal reading without actually booking a personal. So, with all of that being said, if you feel like the messages that come through for you, Scorpio, or that you hear coming through, do not specifically resonate, then know that that's just all the more reason for you to subscribe so that when your message drops within the next few days, you're the first one to know about it. So, again, with all of that being said, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, Scorpio, is look specifically to see if getting the third party out of the way is something that can be achieved at this time for you. All right. And once Spirit says yes and gives us the go ahead on that, then we will dig deep, and I mean deep, into how to actually get that done. All right. And so, if anything comes up that triggers you, Scorpio, know that there's a method to the madness here. We have to dig deep and find out the why and the who and all of that kind of stuff so that we can, with Spirit's help, formulate a plan for getting to your ultimate goal of getting this third party gone. All right, so let's see what the tarot has to say. And your first message coming through is that of the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. That is followed by the Lovers in the reverse. Mm. And then we have the Devil in the reverse. So, what I'm getting here with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, definitely, like, this isn't just a situation that is okay, my person's with this other person, and yeah, we're gonna smoothly move through and get this back together, as it seldom does work out that way, right? Or I'm just going to turn on the bright light and draw my person back in even stronger. This situation has oh my gosh, like it's reverberated this intense anxiety and feeling of brokenness through your life. So it's showing up in multiple ways in your life at this time. And it can be traced back to some deeper rooted issues. However, right now this third party is wreaking havoc, and I feel as if many of you have probably even been in situations since this has begun where there's been direct confrontation with this third party. And so with that being said, we bring in the energy here of the lovers in the reverse. So for some of you, you are in a state, your relationship is in a state of brokenness. As I said, you're broken up, right? Like you're no longer together for some of you because of this. For others of you, the trust, the good feelings, um, are something that you're trying very hard to hang on to. You're trying very hard to piece together. You're trying to stay open and specifically open to keeping this connection together. But that even seems like work at this point, right? Like you're working hard just to get to the point where you can feel safe in the connection. And I don't mean physically safe, because if it is, Scorpio, an unsafe physical situation for you, by no means should you attempt to try to put this back together. Always err on behalf of your safety and walk away. But other than that, this is something that you're trying very hard, because in your mind this has caused a real division even in the way that you think about your person. But there's some inkling there of you having enough caring and love to want to see this through. There's some inkling there of a strong feeling that this is your person, right? Despite the situation and how it is displaying itself currently. And Scorpio, I feel the sense of you having, you know, really reach down deep inside yourself to see what it is that you may. It's a feeling of, did I contribute to what's happening now? Is this a result of things or missteps? And so you've done some deep exploring on that, right? You've done some deep exploring within yourself. And now you're ready to move forward, having dealt with some of the things that you found as you took a deep dive into what could really be happening beneath the surface. So you've been all up in your mental headspace. You've been looking at the good, bad, and the ugly. And now you're like, all right, I've done that work. Let me move forward here. All right. Also, you've taken a look at your partner and their darker spaces. So with the devil in the reverse here, this situation is like your partner's running amok. Like there's, it's not even in a lot of cases like with the devil in reverse where I'm seeing that your person was hiding what they were doing, right? For many of you, I feel like it appears as if they don't even care that right? So we're going to look deeply inside your person's mind to see what's going on with them in their mental space, in their heart space, to see what's at the core of their current behavior. Because understanding that is going to be the key to you understanding how to get this third party out of the way. All right. That's going to be absolutely key. So, again, my warning, this is deep. This is going to be a deep reading, not for the faint at heart. So, let's get to it. I'm going to shuffle here one or two more times as Spirit directs me. And when Spirit tells me to stop, that's when I'll lay out your messages on the board. While I do that, again, I thank you for being here, Scorpio. I know it's not easy to dig into situations like this, so I commend you for having the willingness to do so. And if you haven't already joined my tribe here, please hit that subscribe button while I do my last shuffles here, and make sure that you're in the loop for future messages. All right, so Spirit, let's get some messages on the board, because my lovely Scorpios, I can tell, have been through it here with this situation. And also with that devil in reverse, there's this strong feeling like this third party, man. They just, no matter what you've tried, they just insist on staying in the picture. And like I believe I alluded to earlier, like a lot of these third party individuals for you Scorpios are very confrontational with you, right? There's been some things that have gone down. So let's take a look at how to get this person that the hell up out of your love life, all right? Because they don't belong there. And stepping in on your space, they need to be gone. So let's get to it, Spirit. Let's get these messages on the board. All right, Scorpio. So your first message comes by way of the Queen of Cups, followed by the the Emperor. Oh my gosh. This is going to be intense. I told you I could feel it. Next up, we have the Four of Wands. We have the Star in the reverse, followed by the the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Ha. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Plot twists are coming. I can feel them. All right. Then we have the the Emperor. Wow. Not the Emperor, the Hierophant. Sorry. The Two of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Lots of people giving input here. And we have the Ace of Coins. And on the bottom of the deck, the energy that is kind of behind the scenes of this situation is the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Oh, good Lord. All right, so Ace of Swords in reverse just lets me know. Absolutely lets me know. Lots of lies have been told. Lots of illusions, in a sense. You often think of illusion more with the Magician card, but in this case, there were lots of lies told to create a very distinct illusion. And these lies were told to you, Scorpio, in order to have you, we'll get more into this, but to have you into a space of nervousness, a space of a lack of confidence. Lies were told to get inside your head and mess with you. All right. Coming from both your person and from the third party is what I'm feeling here with this as well. All right. So, this, like I said, right off the bat, this situation has been extremely difficult to navigate for you. It's been, oh my God, this has just been hell for you. All right. And this hell is coming from without and not from within. So it's not that you're sitting and just straight up putting yourself through hell with your thoughts and your feelings, but other people have been purposely doing their best to make sure you feel like you're in hell. All right. And if you don't believe in the concept of heaven and hell, you can certainly understand what it is that I'm alluding to here, Scorpio. All right. So with this Queen of Cups here showing up, what I'm seeing here, and especially it shows up along with this Emperor card. This combination right here. Oh my God, Scorpio, the powerful feelings and thoughts and feelings that your person has in this situation. And this is what's we're looking at that's going on in your person's head. You may have some awareness of it, especially if this is a person that you live with, your person, or that you're around so much of the time that you finish each other's words and thoughts or things like that, right? If you have that kind of strong connection, you may have some kind of inkling of the messages that these two are bringing through. However, for a lot of you, these are things that are going on inside your person's head that they're not necessarily telling you. So we're being a little bit of a spy here. And with this Emperor card and this Queen of Cups card, whether your person is feminine or masculine doesn't matter here. This is what's happening in their head. There is a great deal of emotion that your person has for you. Believe it or not, with their ugly behavior, which is not representative of deep emotion, they actually do have very deep emotion. And with the Emperor card, it's but they have to be in control. They have to be in control, right? And so this emotion, in a sense, is causing them to act out in very ugly ways because there's something in this person's history, especially in the history of love and relationships, and it could even be something that digs into their childhood for some of them. They become very afraid to allow themselves to have the emotion of caring, love, and feeling a deep connection to someone. They have this for you, and it scares the bejesus out of them. So they sabotage themselves in certain ways because that is how they take control. All right. Now, does this mean, oh, let me feel sorry for this person? That's no, this means that, in all honesty, Scorpio, let's be for real. A person who sabotages relationships, love, and everything good because of a fear of not being in control is a person that has things inside them that they need to work out, right? They don't need to really engage and hurt other people. They need to heal and then come into a situation whole. But as we know in this world, how many people take the time to do that these days seems like very few. But that's what you're dealing with here. And also, with this being a queen and a major player in the major arcana of the emperor, it's like a couple, right? So they see the two of you actually as an ideal couple. They see what you have to offer, Scorpio. They see you as yin and yang in perfect union. And this adds to those fears, and it is bringing and triggering those actions again of sabotage, because now I got to get on top of this. Scorpio is not going to get the best of me, because that's what Spirit's saying. Like this person's thoughts are circled around Scorpio is not going to get the best of me, because when someone gets the best of me, then they make my life hell. Which, interestingly enough, is why this situation is so out of control and so dramatic and hurtful. It's like all their deepest fears are being released and exercised. Like their demons are coming out to play because they have these great fears on the inside. All right. So again, I will come back to say, if, you know, I'll, let me just say this, and let me just say it succinctly. This can be way too much for someone to think about putting back together. So by no means should you, or, Scorpio, anyone that's sitting in shoes similar to yours right now, feel like they have to carry on with this. It's okay to say, listen, time out, go get yourself together, right? But enough said. So if that's not enough underlying energy that has caused the situation from your person's perspective, and we are speaking from your person's perspective, to allow the situation to get the way it has, we have the Four of Wands. So again, that feeling of knowing a commitment is expected, right? Like your person looks at you in this energy of knowing you're the perfect yin and yang. You're the perfect blend of feminine and masculine. You're the perfect couple, or can be the perfect couple. And in their mind, that translates to, this person definitely expects a commitment from me, a deep commitment, a serious commitment. And this again is driving their behavior, has driven them to jump into a third party situation, because I really do feel like jump is the right word. And this has caused them to unleash all of this in your life, right? To deal with emotionally. And for some of you, with this Four of Wands coming through, it's also a feeling of, at some point, for some of you, this is going to apply to where perhaps you actually asked that person for that deep commitment at some point. Maybe you asked the person to marry you. Maybe you asked the person to move in with you. Something which took the relationship from a more casual state into the territory of being a commitment. And then, if you, for those of you to which that applies, if you think about it, if you really think about it, it wasn't long after that that the third party arrived on the scene, was escorted through the door, actually, by your person. All right? Because it is your person. Let's just be real. It is your person that has to open the door and say, come on in, third party. All right? It really is. So let's put that blame where it belongs. The star in the reverse um, comes to play here when we're talking about the third party, right? And this star in reverse energy is the third party tapped into some thought process, or perhaps put the bug for a certain thought process in your person's mind. And what I mean by that is, they put forward the thought of, you know, you're not in the perfect situation with Scorpio, right? Scorpio has a lot of faults, and perhaps your person complained to this person, this third party, about you in some way, and the third party took that and ran with it. This is kind of like where the third party got their in, right? They turned. So for instance, your person we know has these deep emotional feelings about you, and the third party has twisted that into something ugly, right? Oh, Scorpio's nothing to behold because Scorpio has X, Y, and Z faults. Scorpio isn't on your level. Scorpio, um, you know, doesn't care about you the way you think Scorpio cares about you. Scorpio's pretending. Like, whatever it was they took out of your person's mouth, they twisted it to be something really ugly when really your person was venting. Your person, again, with that ace of swords in the reverse, your person was lying, making up stories about you, and this third party ran with it. And this built a sense of camaraderie between your person and the third party. Now, why are we looking at this, right? Not just to look at it, not just to twist the knife, so to speak, but you have to understand what is going on here at a deeper level. You have to understand what has your person currently with this third party, enthralled by this third party, so to speak, right? In order to understand with spirit's help how it is you actually get on top of the situation and turn things around for your for the results that you want to see. Okay? So we do have the page of pentacles in the reverse. And this page of pentacles in the reverse really is a hopeful sign here, and is the one of the keys to let me know that spirit is saying to you, no matter what the appearances are at the moment, like when you look at your situation, Scorpio, and no matter how involved you think your person is with this third party, it's not about love. This page of pentacles in the reverse is saying to you, Scorpio, your person is acting out of their deepest immaturity, right? We already know it's an immature thing to know that you may love and care for a person and feel as if the relationship that you're in is something that deserves deep commitment, that should be heading towards deep commitment, that should be deep commitment, and then to turn it all on its head by introducing a third party. We know at the very least that's erratic and immature type of behavior. But with this page of pentacles in the reverse, it's just doubling down on that. This person is truly acting out of their most immature self, right? Who just turns a situation on its head for the hell of it to sabotage something? If you're not ready or you don't think you're ready for a commitment, then you step aside. But no, this person keeps you engaged and drags you through a situation out of a sense of control and out of immaturity, right? So we see this page of pentacles again stepping forward and letting us know, because pentacles aren't about love, right? And in this case, your person doesn't have love for this third party, which is good for you. It's good for where you stand currently. And I hope that that gives you peace of mind, because I do feel very strongly that a lot of you Scorpios watching this at this time have a false idea that from what you've seen, what you've heard, what you've been able to find out in this situation about your person in this third party, you have come to the conclusion that your person cares about this person deeply, and they do not. With that page of pentacles in the reverse, they'll turn on that third party when it suits them to do so. Right now, they don't feel that it suits them because they're running amok and doing their thing. But the moment that this third party introduces anything in the way of deep commitment or let's let's make this thing official, your person doesn't want anything to do with that either, right? I don't care what's being said right now. I don't care what's being said right now by your person or the third party because it's all designed to hurt you. The Your person is engaging in behavior purposely to hurt you, to sabotage your connection, and this third party is just like doubling down on it because of course they have their own interests in the situation. And so, you know, they of course are going to be saying and doing things to make it look otherwise, right? So, our next message coming by way of the Wheel of Fortune is probably one of the best cards, Scorpio, honestly, that could step forward right now for you. Because this Wheel of Fortune is saying this situation really is yours to change. You just need the right information to know how to get in there and make that change. This Wheel of Fortune stands for what it is you can do, what you hold, what your power is in this situation. And again, I feel because of treacherous the treacherous feel of this situation and how much you've been through as a result of your person in this third party specifically, that you may feel as if you're lacking in power at the moment, and nothing could be further from the truth. You hold the Wheel of Fortune in your hand and you can turn things around because the Wheel of Fortune turns. It constantly turns, right? And so, if you can actually mentally place yourself at the center, the axis of this wheel, you can find the piece that you need, even though the wheel is constantly turning. And in that piece is where you need to act from. So, let's take our mind away from the thoughts of you not having power in this situation, that your presence doesn't matter, and that there is no caring in your person's mind or heart for you, because those are false narratives that have been set into play by how your person has been behaving and how this third party has been reinforcing that behavior. But it is so, so far from the truth. You have to claim your power and you have to get calm, heal your wounds because you have been wounded by this. The wounds are deep. And you, in this moment, attend to your own self care and healing so that you have the power to move forward and use this Wheel of Fortune to your advantage. And we're going to get deeper into how to disrupt this situation and actually use that power here. So, with this um, Hierophant card, ha, it's so funny um, when it comes down to this Hierophant card. I'm seeing the weaknesses of the third party, and I'm about to share those weaknesses with you, Scorpio, so that you can exploit them because they've been exploiting all your feelings, all your caring. And so, yeah, let's get into this. With this Hierophant card, the main weakness of this third party is they hold no heat. As we discussed, your person with this Page of Pentacles and the reverse, your person, Scorpio, doesn't have love for this third party. They don't. Plain and simple. They don't think about them in the ways that you think about someone that you even care about. They're just playing with this third party. All right. And this third party, if they have not already, what you will see, and I believe you're actually going to see something, if you haven't already, that shows this third party is starting to get emotionally involved with your person at a deeper level, right? So what does that mean? That means, and notice that I said the third party, not your person, the third party, their emotions are getting more engaged. And the Hierophant stepping forward to say that this person is going to start to drop the hints, or maybe even straight out go for it and seek a deeper connection, a deeper commitment from your person. The Hierophant is about commitment, very much so. And as we already discussed, your person wants nothing to do with commitment with this person. If they were going to commit on any deep level, it would be to you, Scorpio. So they don't want to hear anything about commitment from this person. And so this third party, if they haven't already, they're going to actually start to ruin your person's fun. Huh, I know, so sad, right? They're about to ruin your person's fun by becoming more serious. And this this is the beginning of the end. This is the third party's Achilles heel. This is what's going to drive your person away. I have to warn you, it may take a little time, but that is the weakness that the third party is going to show to your person, and it's going to put your person into creating an exit strategy. Now, I feel like it is more of an exit strategy than it is a straight walking away. It will take time for them to release their grip and the person's grip on them. Okay, so just be prepared for that as you move forward in this situation. So next up, we have the Two of Pentacles, and what it's showing me is your person fully expects that you, Scorpio, are going, see how this figure is like standing on one leg, juggling back and forth these coins. And look, she even has a pretty little headpiece hat on. And, when I first looked at that, that looked like a little tube top. Like this, your person expects you to juggle and do all the things that a person who's deeply in love, and let me say this, and I don't mean this specifically towards you, this is just coming out of your person's head at the moment. All your person expects you to juggle, look pretty, do all the things that a person does when they're deeply, madly in love, and fear beyond anything else losing that person, losing them, right? So they think you're going to hold on for dear life. They think you're going to juggle, do flips, bark like a dog, whatever it is that they put out there that you need to do. They think you're going to do it. Like it's the whole energy of if the person tells you to jump, you're going to ask how high, right? That's what your person thinks you are willing to do. That's what they expect out of you, the type of behavior. Some of them may have had this reinforced, honestly, and let's be honest here, Scorpio. Some of this may have had those thoughts, that feeling reinforced by some of the things that they've seen you do in this situation, you know? Perhaps if you have been in this situation with them because of this third party where you've cried your heart out to them and begged them to think about what they're doing, think about what they're doing to you, what they're doing to the relationship, you know, then that type of action reinforces this belief, right? But if that hasn't been something that you've been through or shown to your person, it's what they expect. And it is what they expect you're going through. Those are the feelings they are expecting that you're going through behind the scenes, right? But little do they know about this Wheel of Fortune and how you will take control of this, and how, it's just like they are underestimating you. And spirit is saying, stay away from showing this type of behavior to your person because it's going to work against you. All right. And even if you feel this way, and it's like, feel this way out of the line of sight of your person, is what spirit is saying to you, right? So, what should you be showing them? What should you be stepping forward with? What type of energy should you actually be in with your person? And showing us that is the Queen of Pentacles. So, whether you are actually masculine or feminine, Scorpio, you have to embody the energy of this queen. Who is the Queen of Pentacles? The Queen of Pentacles is stable. She is the wife. She is the partner. She is solid. She has it together. Like, she holds down the homestead. So whether that's financially, emotionally, she provides, right? Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that you step forward and you just take care of your person's needs and wants no matter what they're doing out here in these streets? No, because that would be this energy. That would be this juggling, holding on for dear life type of energy, or at least that's how your person would perceive it. The energy of the Queen of Pentacles that you need to step forward with, Scorpio, is that energy of self assuredness, knowing your value and your worth. Okay. And even if you aren't 100% feeling it, be working on feeling it. And while you're working on feeling it, you fake it until you make it. Okay. So, in other words, the Queen of Pentacles doesn't need to fight with the third party. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't need to argue with their person. The Queen of Pentacles knows what she needs, and if her needs aren't being met, she withholds her attention. Your person, as we stated here, is doing is strictly got you in this situation, and continuing to be and carry out the situation with the third party because they're sabotaging. But what if there's nothing to sabotage, right? It takes away their thunder. And that's what you're being asked to do. Now, does that mean that you break up? You could, right? However, it also could be that your demeanor becomes more seriously focused on yourself, and your person will start to wonder where that energy is coming from, because like I said, they're expecting this from you and only seeing this. And if you're showing them someone who's like, and you don't have to say this out loud, if you're saying it internally while you're around the person, the energy will show through. So, I don't like what he just said, so maybe this isn't the best situation for me. It informs your energy. It informs your actions in a different way, in a way that it takes your person by surprise. And let me tell you something, Spirit is saying it scares them to death. All right. So this is the energy that needs to be projected towards your person. So if you are normally a person, so let's just say, for instance, and this is just Purely example, Scorpio. If you're a person who, in your relationship right now with your person, you have some financial dependency on this person. Let's just use that as an example because it's an easy example to explain what I'm saying here. And let's just say you work part time, your person holds down the home front as far as finances are concerned. And so they're used to you coming to them when you need something and they provide it or they decide not to provide it, whatever the case may be. They hold that power. Then this is saying, all right, I work part time. I'm going to work some extra hours and I'm going to get the things that he or she knows I've been wanting for myself. I'll just get them myself. And then they're going to come home one day and, you know, let's find an example of something that it could be. You decide, I want a pair of Louboutins. And your person's like, no way, get out of here. No time for it. I'm not putting my money towards Louboutins. So you work some extra hours. You get your Louboutins. They come home one day and the Louboutins are sitting there on the table in the nice Louboutin box. You don't say anything. They're just there. That message speaks loudly. Where did these come from? Oh, yeah. So, I've been working hard, so I just decided to treat myself to something new. That type of shift. Now, you know what that means for your situation. You know what your dependencies may be with your person. And so take the energy of the example I just gave you and apply it to how that quiet shift like that person doesn't know that that's your plan to go ahead and get the thing that you actually need. And you apply that energy to your situation. And as you keep applying that, your person it's going to turn them on their head. It's going to have them doubling back to see what it is you're doing, Scorpio. Okay, if they wanted these Louboutins, they didn't get them from me. They went and got them themselves. What else are they doing for themselves? Who do I need to be worried about? What is my Scorpio out there doing? Why did they want this to begin with? What is going on here? Who are they trying to impress? Like, these are the type of strategies that you need to start employing. And Spirit is saying employ them subtly, because the more subtly you can apply them, the more loudly these actions will speak and the more powerfully they will affect your person. Even if your person is trying to play it off like it's no big deal, trust me, this person, let's not forget, Emperor energy, has to be in control. If someone's in control in a good way, Scorpio, then the people that they are involved with, whether it's a love relationship, a family member, a friend, they are all impacted in a very positive way. When a person has to be in control and they're out here doing foolishness, like engaging third parties, then you have the situation that you currently find yourself in. Everyone's impacted negatively. And in your case, as I've been saying all along, the negative impact of this it's been a whirlwind for you. This isn't just some random affair that has taken place without much consequence, except for the fact that your person's actually in an affair. This has been pure drama from start to now, right? You most likely, from what I'm seeing here, have even had run ins with this third party. That shit is out of control. And so, in taking back the power from your person, you're going to have to start out subtly. So, even if this person acts like they didn't notice, or they didn't, or it's no big deal, that's a freaking lie, Scorpio. Your person is very much a control freak. If you think about it, you know it. You know that to be true. And the way to take power back from a control freak, because control freaks are, as it would imply, fanatical about the power. You can't just you can't just go in and charge and charge them and demand power. I mean, you could. It wouldn't be very effective. And I'm sure you've probably had some type of run in like that, especially in this situation. So, the way to get to a control freak and really take their power is to start through subtle means. And as you build power that way, then you can make the more powerful statements that let him know, her know that I'm running this show, right? They won't like it, but again, they do have caring and great emotion for you. They will start to bend, is what Spirit is saying. This is the way. And I feel like some of you have been, you've been, you've been at times trying to take the power forcibly, and it has caused a lot more drama than was necessary. So Spirit is saying, that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're going to take this power back. And Spirit is saying also, once you get that power, don't ever, ever give it back to this person. Scorpio, as I said at the very beginning of all of this reading is for you if you have made that ultimate decision that this is my relationship, this is my person, and I'm taking it back. Not for those of you who will just want this power so you can make the person suffer and move on. This is for the person who's serious about this relationship and carrying it forward and eventually getting the healing and help that you need in this connection with your person, like counseling or something. The serious effort is what I'm saying. And so, Spirit is definitely saying, listen, once you get this power, do not give it back. Because, Scorpio, if you're going to stay in this for the long haul, you're going to have to be comfortable with being in control of this situation, and you're going to have to stay in control of this situation, right? So, once you make those moves to do that, we have the Ace of Coins in the reverse. Again, it's going to turn, once you really get involved in getting your power back, this third party is going to lose all control of your person, anyways. Their only control really is that they're a yes person, a yes man or yes woman, and they're having the fun with your person at this time. There's no real emotional connection between, at least from your person's point of view, with this third party. We've already established that. And we've already established that the third party's weakness, greatest weakness in this situation, is that they are at some point going to try to take their connection with your person into more serious waters. And that's when they're going to find out, your person ain't with that. Not with them. They already got their Scorpio. They already, right now, as bad as this situation is for you and your person, what your person knows is if there's going to be a commitment to be had, if I'm going to make the decision to really be serious and a stand up partner to someone, I'm going back to my Scorpio and doing that, not you, third party. So when you take this control, it is going to turn everything on its head as far as a third party. In fact, for many of you, I think as you start to build this control, your third party, not your third party, but your person's third party is going to be shown the door, because your person literally is going to be too wrapped up in trying to figure out why you've made the changes in your energy, your attitude, the way you move. They're going to be so wrapped up in that that the time that this third party is demanding out of them is not going to be something they can maintain. So, right now, for your person to have all this fun and be off gallivanting with this third party, right? There is a time commitment that this third party is placing on your person, right? And your person's happily agreeing to that because your person's got his cake and eating it too, got her cake and eating it too. And the time commitment is no big deal because, again, they think you're willing to do whatever, whenever. So they don't feel pressed to give you a certain amount of time necessarily. They can be off spending most of their time, if that's what they want to do, with this third party. But once you start to take your power back, this third party is going to see the change in your person as they start to focus more on you. And for a lot of those third party individuals, that's when they're going to make their move to try to get the commitment out of your person. And that's when they're going to freaking lose control of it all and be shown the door. Scorpio, you got this. You, in order to actually win, and I use my air quotes, in this situation, you've got to play the long game. You've got to build your power quietly, like I told you. Quietly, but obviously, right? And rest assured that it's working if you're consistent with it. You can't build a little bit of power and then give away power back to your person. You have to build and build and build until you're the emperor and you're in control. Okay? So, it's the long game, but if you're serious about this, that's what it's going to take. That's word from spirit. Okay? So, again, thank you for allowing me to show you the way through Spirit's help. Please subscribe, and I wish you all the best, Scorpio.